it's a great win for us against a great team, and the way it would happen was perfect because Joe was barely able to walk and didn't get off to a great start, fought back, fought through pain, and then sacrificed at the end by saying, "Coach, I can't go." And that's a sign of a guy that's really emerging as a leader and such a team player. And he wanted his team to win. Jody Meeks started out poorly and came back and played great. And Derek started out poorly and came back and played great. And that's what makes you the most proud. These guys have figured it out. It's a 40-minute game. They're going to be as tough as anybody they play against, no matter what the situation might be. And they're going to battle till the end every single time. And that's what makes you so proud as a coach. And the other thing is we obviously had the best six-man in the history of college basketball on our side tonight, no question about it. I thought they were great against Vanderbilt, but they had a much better effort tonight, and so I commend the fans. I was going to have to get on them if they didn't raise it up to the very highest level, and tonight it couldn't be any better than that, and we do appreciate it, and it made a major difference for our team.
Coach, talk just a little bit about the play of Perry Stevenson. It seemed like this is the best game of his career, probably.
Well, I thought he played great. Perry's been playing very well for us ever since conference started, and he's got a lot more confidence. And I think that he can play a lot better. And as well as he did play, I thought that he needs to learn how to help his teammates a little bit more defensively because he can be such a shot blocking force in the lane. But he was fantastic for us. He made good decisions for the most part. He's a guy up there at the top of the circle that can make that 15-footer, except when the wind blew that one. The wind blew through Rupp Arena and got a hold of that ball, but I think that's the only one he missed in the first half. But he did a fantastic job offensively and defensively. He's emerging into a really good player.
Billy, you had mentioned how defense was a concern of yours. How did you feel like you guys played defensively, and especially Ramel on Lofton in the second half?
Well, Chris Lofton's an outstanding player. There's no question about it, and he definitely made us know that in the first half, and that's what great players do. But Ramel, I mean, he played, I think, every second except not too many minutes when he didn't play because of foul trouble. But really smart game from Ramel. I don't know if he could have ever played a better game. He hasn't this year, and he's been playing really well lately. But he was outstanding offensively. He was outstanding defensively. He was outstanding leadership-wise. He was outstanding enthusiastic-wise. And you couldn't do more for a team tonight than what he did for us.
Billy, what about overall defensively? There's 7 of 26 from three. It seemed like you guys contested most of the things. How much better was that than what you saw against Florida?
Well, they missed some shots tonight that they would normally make, I'm sure. But I thought our guys did a really good job, the best job yet of playing two scouting report and being in the right position of where we wanted to. For the most part, we had a few mental breakdowns or whatever that gave them a couple layups in the first half, and then definitely the two fouls at the end were bonehead errors that we can't make those and try to win games, but we got away with it this time. But I thought our defense was pretty much very good because they're so hard to guard. They're so athletic. They have so many weapons. They have inside, outside. They can drive it. They can shoot the three. And they're just a very well-coached team, and they're a great team. That's why they were number 3 in the country.
Coach, you all had an equally good game against Vanderbilt University. Many people speculated whether it was a turning point or a stepping stone, and then we went on against Florida, struggled, but then came out today against Tennessee. Do you see this game as a turning point or a stepping stone in the right direction in the future?
Time will tell. I mean, these guys have been going in the right direction. I don't think it was a stumble against Florida. It was a loss against a very good team on their home court in a very, very tough conference, and we didn't win it, but I don't think we did any stumbling. We made some mistakes, and we got beat, and I'm not into prognosticating or whatever, but I've been liking what I've been seeing for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I think this team is going to continue to get better.
Coach, Tennessee was 7 for 26 from three-point land. Were you happy with how your team extended its defense on the perimeter?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, again, they're so hard to guard because they can drive it, and I don't know if I've seen a better group of finishers in college basketball in the last couple of years. Everyone can finish. They're long, they're tall, they're athletic, and they can really finish around the basket. You know, as good a job as we did on those guys on the perimeter, I thought that really the story of the game defensively was I thought that we did a fantastic job in the paint. And, you know, Chisholm's a really good player, an emerging player, and because of foul trouble or whatever, he wasn't able to get off like he has been. He's been he's been playing fantastic for their team. And so I don't know what his numbers ended up being, but I thought we were fantastic defensively in the paint.
Billy, with about 15 seconds left, they got the ball down at point blank range, I think, and you guys swatted a couple of shots and kept getting hands on the ball, and there was a scrum. And I looked up at you, and you were smiling and clapping, and that you usually don't do that before the end of a game. But what was going through your mind when you saw that effort, I guess?
I'm proud of these guys because I think that what makes teams really fun to be around and those kind of things is when they get outside themselves. And I think that all of us as individuals, it's easy to stay in a comfort zone. But I think when you get outside of yourself, and we had two guys on that particular play, I think the one that you're referring to when it got down on the baseline down there, diving for that loose ball, ended up being their ball, I guess, or whatever. But we had two guys, and you know, a lot of teams would have said, well, the game's over. I'm not gonna do that. And I was very, very proud of the effort. The effort was fantastic for 40 minutes. We did make some mistakes. We have a lot of improvement to make, but they're heading in the right direction with all the intangibles.
Billy, can you talk about, over here, can you talk about the free throws? I think you made your last 16 and 12 of 12 in the last 90 seconds. Can you just talk about that?
Well, I didn't know that we made them. We've been making them all year long, and that was big. I thought that we had some opportunities last week, 2 games on the road, to play a little bit better down the stretch and get to the foul line more. And tonight we got to the foul line. I thought that even though sometimes it was awfully scary, the press offense, I thought it was okay for the most part. We didn't turn it over a ton. Only turned it over 5 times in the second half, but we did get to the foul line more, and I have confidence that all these guys will make them all. That tells you, you know, I've always been a big believer that free throws are directly a result of not your confidence as a shooter, but your confidence as a team, but also your preparation. And I think that when you prepare to win, I think that your team makes foul shots, whether it's in the first 5 minutes or the last.
Can you talk about the toughness of Crawford? Looked like the foot was really bothering him, and he just played through it.
He did. He was. I'm so proud of how tough he's become and how team-oriented he's become. And the thing about it is, before he got hurt, we definitely need him out there because he was really good in the second half. I thought for the minutes that he was out there, he was saying that it's amazing how all players are the same. He's saying, Coach, I need to come out while we're on defense down there. My ankle's really hurt. My ankle's really hurt. My ankle's really hurt. We throw the ball to him, and he makes a 3. And his ankle was fine on the offensive end, but down on the defense, it was kind of hurting him. But it's just another sign of I'm real proud of the effort and the maturity and the responsibility that Joe's taken on. He's always been good here. But I really think if he can ever get back to full health, and he's been nursing that it's hurt. I don't think it's injury. But he's been nursing that for a while, and he's been fighting through it, and a lot of players would not.
Billy, talk about Patrick's play. 20 points, 8 rebounds. I think he got 30 seconds rest all night.
Yeah, we try to keep him as fresh as possible by using our bench to rest him as much, and that's about the most he's rested, I guess, in any conference game. But so he'll be really fresh on Saturday, but he's a force. I mean, he's a force, and. You know, sometimes people say, a lot of you guys have asked me, hey, how's this block shot going to affect Patrick, or how? Nothing affects that guy. He comes to work every single day, brings his hard hat. He's a great teammate. He's a player that's very wise beyond his years, and he's just a joy to be around. He's tough. Not too many freshmen have the kind of toughness that he has, and if you have that kind of toughness, you usually don't have the basketball IQ. And he's not a perfect player yet, but he is so central to what we try to do offensively and defensively, and it's great to see him. You know, even when they didn't get him the ball, and we missed him way too many times tonight. I thought we missed him more than we had in a long time, but he's still a force down there. And what I think that great players do, I think he's going to be fantastic. But I really believe that great players make at least 1.5 guys guard you. And he definitely did that, or maybe 2. And so that really gives us an opportunity to play 4 against 3 somewhere else.